Hello, Katrin here with European Paper Crafts in the US. Today I have lots of pretty papers, beautiful card toppers, and all just perfect for Valentine's Day. So let's get started. So here are my first two cards, and I made them from Anita's foil decoupage sheets that I'll show you in a second. But aren't they just perfect for Valentine's? Here is a bottle of champagne and two glasses, and I think this would make a great card for my husband. Maybe that's what I'm going to use. And then of course a box of chocolate, and chocolate is always great for Valentine's. So let's just check at the sheet. So it is Anita's foil decoupage by Do Craft, and these Do Craft sheets have two embellishments. But there are lots and lots of layers that you could make more than two cards if you wanted to, because you can use the base layer and then maybe not the second but the third, and then another rose, and you can use the second layer and make a next card. So if you want to make more than a couple of Valentine's Day cards, these sheets you can see have lots of layers that you can stretch to make more than two cards with one sheet. There are also some tags and a little bit of extra art that you can put on your envelopes or inside of your card. So here is of course the box of chocolates, and it looks good enough to eat. And all I did is I did add all the layers. You can see there are several. I used this scalloped card blank from Michael's, a little bit of background paper from my stash, bling heart, and really the embellishment is from this die cut pack. And because there are so many layers, I added one of the layers in top of this corner here, so it really belongs down here, I think over here, and you can see that the original doesn't have that, but I just added it for more interest. And here for the bottle, I again added all the different, but you can see how many layers. So if you don't want to stack up your card, maybe you want to put it in a mail. I mean, it will mail and there's nothing that can break, but you can make more than one. You have enough layers. So again, two of these bling hearts that I had in my stash. And I have another die cut sheet also by Anita's that would be perfect. I did not make cards here, but I wanted to show it to you. Again, two glasses of champagne, roses, a heart would make a perfect card. And then here a heart and a rose bouquet. And it has the foiling and all the layers. So I thought this is another great sheet. And then the third one I would like to share with you is Seasonal Flowers by Precious Marika, and I like that too for Valentine's. You have the two doves sitting here as lovebirds, got the rings here, but you can cut these off if you don't want to have the rings show. It would of course make a wedding card as well. You got the heart here, and then another heart down here. So I thought I'll share these three die cut sheets with you, but there is so much more. So then I found these new vintage roses, and these are so gorgeous that I made several cards with them. And they are by Hardy Crafts and are the Easy 3D toppers. As you know, they come in little bags with 3 layers, and they're all individually packaged. Now these ones have even light glitter, and I'll show them to you on my cards. But look at these vintage cabbage roses, and they make perfect Valentine's Day cards. But of course, birthday cards, anniversaries, wedding, you name it, you can make. When you have a beautiful layer like that, beautiful topper, you can make great cards. The other roses are the pastel ones, pastel flowers, and I think these I have introduced before, but in this video I thought they would just fit in there. You have these beautiful bouquets that you can just top on your cards, and you have a perfect card. So let's see what I have done. So here I made a Valentine's Day card in traditional colors, right? So we have a red heart, and this heart, I think I bought that at Michael's at one in like a 10-pack. So I used that as a background piece. And I added this one rose from the vintage rose on a tag that I had in my stash. Added a little note here. This came from the Doodlebug pack that I had as a value pack, and I don't know if I still have it. If so, I'm gonna link it below. But I just cut it out and fit it on one of these tags from the die cut sheets I just showed you, and added just a little button. And then there is a bow that I did with my glitter tool, and just a glitter heart, a sticker that I had in my stash. But I thought this is a great Valentine's Day card right here, and I made a matching envelope. So because, as you can see, the heart stands over. It kind of hangs over the edge. I could have cut it, but I didn't want to. So now it no longer fit in my regular envelope that comes with this white card blank. So I made an envelope with my envelope maker, and of course I used paper that I have. So this is from a very old paper pack. I think it's a Martha Stewart from way back then, and now I used it. So here is my card. The next one, I have again used this beautiful vintage rose. It sits on background paper that I introduced to you already, and here it is. I'm gonna link the video below where I go through all these gorgeous papers. It's an 8x8 paper pack. I just recently introduced that. But look at these beautiful designs. The Be Mine is a little sticker. And then what I did here is I used parchment paper that I embossed. And then the strip, I kind of just folded over to give it a little bit more interest. And of course also dimension. And then I glued it and glued the rose topper on top, and added everything with foam pads. So I think this card came out nice, and this is a piece of ribbon that I also glued to it. So a lot of layers. But background paper here with the postcard comes from that paper pack, and I thought that made a perfect background for my card. Okay, let's see what else we have. Then there I made one more from that same paper pack that I recently showed you. The Happy Valentine's Day greeting again is from that Doodlebug pack. It had a lot of Valentine's Day greetings. Then the butterfly came from the pack that I had introduced a few weeks ago with the Kanban Victoriana pack. If it's still available, I will link it below in the info box. But here again I have the background paper. This is a little bling heart that I had in my stash for several years. Now finally I used it. A cute little hearts from Michael's, and then a little doily. And of course the focal point, as always, is this beautiful 3D card topper. And I had a little metal flower. Yeah, there we go. But I have a couple more. So I like to follow my customers' recommendations. And one customer recommended that when I show my card toppers, that I also should show papers that would match. Now, I kind of always assumed we all have a lot of paper, but that may not be the case. So I did pick two paper packs that I think would just go perfect with the vintage roses and the pastel flowers. And the first one is My Secret Love. And this is a paper pack by Couture Creations. And you can see the papers that are in here. This is an 6.5 by 6.5 inch paper pack. There are actually matching die cut sheets that I have in my shop, so I'll link them below. But yeah, it's very pretty. But the color hue would go great with the toppers that I have. And the other one is by Studio Light, and this one is the lovely paper pad. And again, when you look at these papers, you can see that, you know, this is just paper that would go perfect with these flowers. So these are currently available in my shop. There are other items that match these papers, but this, by the way, is 6 by 6. But I did want to keep them in here so that you can see there are matching papers that would work with these toppers if you need papers. And then I have just one more thing for you. So I made 2 more cards with these beautiful romantic roses. And here, again, I have this layered look that I just love so much. And the background paper is by Studio Light, and I have it in Catherine's Corner. And here it is. This one here is different. So first of all, the size, it's an A5 size, which is a European size, and that is 8 and 1/4 by 6, or actually 5 and 3/4. So I just added this to Catherine's Corner because I have a few available. And just look at these papers. First of all, these papers, they have this glitter gloss on there that does not rub off. And look at these beautiful cardstock papers. You could fold them in half and then have a card, but I just want to show you these absolutely gorgeous papers. So I wish I could have gotten those over in more quantities, but I wasn't able to. Look at the leaf design. So I have a few available. Check them out in Catherine's Corner. Limited quantities, but they are so, so gorgeous. You can see every little detail has been glazed and glittered, and of course the artwork, isn't it just gorgeous? So these make card blanks, backgrounds, so beautiful. And there are 8 in the pack, and that's what I used here for my last 2 cards. So here is the background that I just showed you. Then I added a doily. I added the butterfly that came from the Kanban pack a couple weeks ago. And of course, and this also came from that Kanban pack, this heart. So if it's still available, I will link it. With love too. So these are all embellishments from these Kanban packs that I introduced to you at the beginning of January. I added a little button here. I always liked it. A little bit of a border treatment here. But the embellishment and the paper speak for themselves. So pretty. And my last card, I also used the background paper from the Studio Light paper pack. Added a border, which I have these borders. They're Anna Griffin. I had them also for several years. Everything sits in boxes, and I really try to use up what I have now. So I added it. I added a piece of ribbon here. The Just For You, the butterfly comes from that Kanban pack. Same thing. And then of course here is this beautiful rose, which is so pretty. I think these cards, these are just gorgeous. I love roses, and they're so shabby chic. They're so romantic. They're just perfect for any romantic occasion, and of course Valentine's Day for sure. So thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you liked my Valentine's Day cards. If so, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I would also appreciate if you share this video, and meet me on social media. I am on Facebook under European Paper Crafts Friends. You can join us there and upload your own projects. Also Pinterest and Instagram. So I would be so happy if you follow me. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please stay or get well, and happy crafting. I'll catch you next time. Bye.